Hiatus Brewing Company. Welcome, Lucas.
Hey, thanks for having me again. I believe I presented the first time back in April, I think, of last year, or May, but we were still a few months from opening. Good morning, everybody. Once again, my name is Lucas Frank. I am the owner of Hiatus Brewing Company. We're located at 6230 Southwest Highway 200, Suite 5. We're on the south side of 200, just west of Jasmine Plaza, if you're familiar with the area. Currently, we have 13 different beers on tap that have all been made in-house, and we're a full-service restaurant as well. We're open every day, Sunday through Wednesday. We are open from 12 to 8, and then Thursday through Saturday, we're open from 12 to 10. So in trying to structure what I wanted to talk about, I think it'd be interesting just to hear a history of what we've gone through over the past year plus. So we opened our doors on September 16th of 2020. With the opening, I thought it was very successful. The first 3 weeks, I was just, I was stunned at how well we were doing. But then that initial buzz wore off within about 3 weeks, and we started to see sales declining. I think mainly just because people tried the new product, they liked it, or they didn't like it, or whatever. And then it was on my responsibility to try to figure out how we get that buzzness or that buzzworthy back, and realize that we had to focus on location-based entertainment to be more than just beverage and food. We started to work on doing trivia, workshops. We started doing workshops with Hammer and Stain of Ocala, just trying to do or to find other reasons to get people to come out, not just for food and beverage, and to try to be more than that. The other thing we learned in the first couple of months is that we needed to adjust our menu to meet the demand of our customers. Customers were asking for things that we weren't able to provide, and we were rather quick about trying to make those adjustments. Within a month or two, we added flatbreads to the menu. They're now our #2 selling food category. Towards the end of summer, we added wings to the menu, and they are currently our #2 selling item overall. Interestingly enough, they're only available 5 days a week. The reason why we didn't open up with some of these things is because we didn't have a fryer. So we had to be creative with food items like wings and try to figure out how we can prepare them and still, meet the quality that we want that to reach. So we decided to smoke the wings and then use exclusive dry rubs. And when we put those out, we're extremely excited about the product, and the feedback from the customers has been solid. Interesting side note, even to this day, we'll still get asked, how come we don't have French fries? And I have to tell the customers the reason why we don't is because that would be a $20,000 investment just to have some French fries, because we'd have to upgrade the electric as well as just buy the equipment. So again, just telling them that that's something that we're not able to provide due to financials. If you would have told me a year ago that our top food items would be flatbreads and wings, I would have said you're crazy. I would not have believed you. But again, meeting the demand of our particular customers and what we were putting out, we knew we had to make some changes in order to meet what the consumers were looking for. So with looking at like October of 2019, kind of using that as a baseline in terms of sales, we continued to see gains month over month, October all the way through February. And aside from December of 2019, February 2020 was our best month in terms of overall sales, surprisingly with only 29 days that month. So we had a lot of momentum going into March, and that's when COVID hit the mid part of March, and we were closed to doing only to-go sales. Just to give you an idea of what April was like for us, the sales that we did were the equivalent of basically, for the entire month, was about the equivalent of what we did 1 week in the month of February, just to give you an idea. So we're in about 2 weeks, probably two weeks. And because we didn't have the proper licensing to sell our beer to go, we were sitting on a lot of our liquid and nothing to do with it. So made the decision to apply for the growler license. So you change from what's called a CMBP to a CMB license. And our sales pretty much doubled once we started that, from the week prior to the week where the growlers became available. So it was a nice way to be able to get our liquid out the door and to maintain freshness, but also a nice way to find another source of revenue. Moving on into May, when everything opened back up, May and June were a slow burn, and through mid-June, I think probably mid-June is the best week we've had even to date. But then the following week, bars and clubs were shut down again. And as I've always said, it created some confusion amongst consumers. We don't get the calls much anymore, but up until we had an article in the Star Banner, even that morning we got calls. I think this is probably 2 months removed from that shutdown. But again, we were still able to open, but people still didn't know if we were operational or not. So and again, it was just kind of on me to try to get the word out there that we're still operational. We have in-house seating available at the tables, no bar at that time. Also, one thing I noticed during the shutdown is that I really need to focus heavily on the social media. About 2 months ago, I started doing a weekly video that I put out on our Facebook page called Case of the Mondays. Also share that to Instagram as well. But just another way to engage with potential customers and to tell everybody what we got going on and why individuals should come here versus somewhere else. So looking at, we turned the corner in September. Like once it turned September 1st, it was like somebody flipped on the light switch. Revenue started going up, customers started coming back in. I believe towards the end of September, we got our bar seating back, we got our 100% capacity. Still maintaining, the distancing and whatnot. We usually have 13 seats at the bar. Right now, we only have 7, just 2, and then 6 feet spaced apart and being responsible. Employees still servers still wear the mask, just because it's still necessary at this time, in our opinion. The one thing that's kind of created a little bit of difficulty for us is that we've only been open for a little bit over a year, but it's hard to compare the data. So October of 2019 was our first full month in business, and that's the only month that I can really compare sales to. So as of right now, things are looking good. We're about 5% up compared to what we did last October, but it's difficult in terms of projections from a business standpoint, because I don't really know how much COVID is still affecting us overall in terms of how our sales are. I can tell you that, there's still, I guess I don't know if angst is the word, a little anxiety or something along those lines about still coming out and for establishments like us. And it's our job just to make sure that everybody feels safe and comfortable when they come in here and that we're being responsible and doing our part. So that's basically from start to now. What are we looking forward to doing in the future? For us, it's hopefully by March, I've been saving a little bit each week to purchase a crawler machine. And that way we can provide a more sustainable to-go package compared to our glass growlers. When it's in can, it's a little bit more portable. You can take that to more places than if they catch you with glass. So, and when we're doing that, that allows us to brew another batch of beer that's exclusive to canning. So it'd almost be like us having 14 drafts or 14 brands available to choose from. Also looking forward to in the springtime, hopefully numbers continue to improve like they are, and everybody continues to be responsible. That the return of beer festivals, because we lost all of those this past year, and for a business that was only 6 months old, we missed out on the opportunity to be able to get our product out there and to be able to have people enjoy it. And the other thing is we still get new customers on a daily, even people that are within 5 to 10 mile radius that didn't even know we're here. And that falls on me as an owner to try to make sure that we're getting that exposure and getting the name out there. And like I said, working diligently on trying to get that information out there on Facebook, Instagram, and to push that data, but be able to have those beer festivals, you get to engage one-on-one with the customers and expose them to what the brand's all about.
Thank you. Awesome, Lucas. I think we're about at time there. When we'll get to more here.